Three of the F1 Manager 22 Ferrari career mode, and as you can see, we're in Australia. 2 wins back to back for Charles Leclerc, a 1-2 last time out. Things are looking good. You cannot complain with the way I've been running Ferrari so far. So in all other words, it's probably going to go downhill for here. But we're going to try our best here at the newly revamped Australian circuit. Who's this track going to favour? I don't know. I feel like if we had a pretty big advantage in Saudi, so let's find out. Fierce competition, Davy Croft, aye. Can't he wait? We're back down under, no rain scheduled. I'm looking forward to a race with rain actually, or even a session or two. You know. So similar to all the practice sessions, and hopefully Ferrari did their job. Aye, Davy Croft, it's time to move on. Karun Shandok, Davy Croft. But as you can see, it looks like
Ready to check? Yes, good. Green light.
Alright, I'll come down a bit one.
Yes, I'm gonna run down to the spot and then I'll see you, okay?
Alright. What can they do in there? Fernando trying to get that Ferrari slipstream. And he'll be trying as much as he can, but they're flying at the minute. Right, we'll go back to them. And now, here we go. Let's see what Charles Leclerc can do. Flying around the fast section there. I always like driving at Australia. Especially now that they took out that the chicane. Like, I mean, that was a bit shite. I always lost like 6 tenths through that corner. But doing particularly good now. And we're loving life. We're loving life. Leclerc is flying. Will the Red Bulls be able to respond to the red cars? Can Gasly or Hamilton get it amongst the pigeons, so to speak? Gasly does a 19.5. Leclerc will be looking to smoke that lap. I'm going for an 18.3 for Charles Leclerc. It's an 18.4. Sainz does an 18.5. Very decent for the two drivers there. And as we've got Verstappen on his lap, we'll speed this up a bit. Verstappen flying. Sergio Perez, I don't know where Sergio Perez actually is. Alonso slots into P4, but here is Verstappen. I mean, he's set no purple sectors, but that doesn't mean that he can't stick it on the front row or pole position, to be honest. So it goes, here he is, DRS, the Alfa Romeo. And Verstappen, it's disappointing. But Verstappen, I mean, he's only a wee bit behind, but you'd still expect better. Perez is warming up his tyre, so we'll just give it a wee simulation up to our next lap. I mean, from 15th to 10th, it's pretty close. It's 5 tenths, and you get 2 tenths covering the top 4, or less than a tenth covering the top 3, whatever way you want to look at it. But we're sending our cars out now, and this is where things are going to get tasty. Who is going to get pole position here at the Australian Grand Prix? Can Ferrari remain on top? Hopefully, that would be the dream. But as you can see, we're flying now. Verstappen will be last to cross that line. Alonso is the first. Oh no, he's not the first actually, the bunch, but who is the first? It's that man, Lewis Hamilton. What can Lewis Hamilton do in the final moments here? A Q3, can he get amongst the top 4 cars? Probably not, but he'll be looking to cement 5th place and hopefully be in a good position for the rest of the race. Tell you what though, he did a good job in Bahrain to get that podium. He truly did. Because I thought he had no chance, but you know what? He turned it around now, Lewis, like he normally does. But Hamilton towards the line. What's it going to be now for Lewis Hamilton? He doesn't improve. Perez now. Actually, wait, there's a fucking Ferrari. It's Leclerc. Doesn't improve. Perez doesn't improve. Seems to be a familiar tale here, but it's Carlos Sainz to the line. Doesn't improve. Schumacher, Stroll, Albon, and then the main man, Nicholas Latifi. So there you have it. And we're going to tell Leclerc to start pushing.
So we need to push.
I mean, I don't like the fact that Carlos Sainz is right up his teammate's fucking gearbox. So Leclerc, mate, you need to push here. Cannot afford a crash here. But I tell you what. Come on, sir. Sainz thinks about a manoeuvre. But that's all it is at this point of the race. He thought about it. I'm thinking about it. Think about it again. But we're holding on. And the gaps to the rest of the grid. The intervals to the leader. I mean, backing Latifi at 7.5 seconds away. But I mean, that's just going to continuously get bigger upon bigger upon bigger. But it's 1.3 to Perez. I mean, I think it's going to be a 4-horse race for this race today, but we go across the line and there's a few cars side by side. There's an Alpine side by side with Kevin Magnussen, but fuck, a lot of cars breaking there on the racing line. What's going on? Aye. Oh, aye.
We can push a bit more.
Alright. And Verstappen now thinking about a manoeuvre on Carlos Sainz. I'm not liking this. With both cars on push, but Max Verstappen seems to be keeping both red cars honest. We're going to put both Ferraris on deploy and aggressive to try and get out that DRS range of Max. Because I mean, if he constantly stays in that, we're in for a bit of bother. But DRS is enabled.
DRS enabled. Okay.
Come on. 6 tenths behind Carlos Sainz is here on lap 3. We're bricking it a wee bit. We're 2 times the speed now. We'll take a look at the gaps there. As you can see, Ferrari pulling a bit away there for Max Verstappen, and that's what you like to see. But Sainz is right over the back of Charles Leclerc, and I don't like this. We do not need an inter-team squabble here, as both Red Bulls will be waiting to pounce. Come on, Sainz, just keep it tidy, sir. I don't want to employ team orders because Sainz, mate, you're still in this championship, but come on. We're going to make the move, make it stick. And back now. Here we go. Carlos Sainz is flying, and it looks like the hard tyre probably is the tyre to go on. And you know what, we're going to tell Carlos Sainz to absolutely floor it. Because, you know what, at this stage of the race, he's got the better tyres. Maybe towards the end, he'll be nowhere near what he needs to be, but it is what it is, and we're going to tell Leclerc to manage those soft tyres.
We should slow down. Copy.
And Leclerc's got back in front of Sainz. I mean, it's not what you want.
And big stuff.
I mean, that's a bit early. Hamilton must be doing a two-stop. He's committing with P15. Sainz currently now a wee bit behind Leclerc, but got a decent enough gap over there. But I mean, tell you what, like the rest of the grid's pretty close for 15 laps in. You know, interesting to see. We've got a load of other cars pitting now. We've got Verstappen, who's decided to pit, which I don't really know if I 100% agree with there, but both Ferraris just chucking it along, doing a nice job. Both tyres do very well. I mean, I don't see any reason why we need to go to a two-stop, which is pretty apparent of what the other guys are going to attempt to go for. But I mean, Leclerc's tyres are on 53%. What is the point of pitting? There is no need to pit. Bottas sitting in third there, but both Mercedes are in fucking no man's land. I mean, they're 11th and 13th.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Moving on here though, I mean, we are doing pretty good. I mean, Verstappen losing a shit ton of time. We're going to ignore. We're not going to pit Leclerc just yet. I mean, there's no need. We're literally in a race of our own here. Going to get to like lap 25 and then we might probably pit Leclerc.
Box now, box.
Can Leclerc beat Max Verstappen? And he does quite comfortably, and Red Bull So we're going to tell Carlos Sainz to pit now. Yes, sir. Pit this lap. Don't you worry about it. And I think Sainz is going to win this race. I mean, for the championship, we probably want Leclerc to win. But you know what? We're 3 races in. We have to give them a fucking benefit of the doubt. And that goes for all of them. Sainz comes out of the pit lane. Leclerc overtakes. But it'll be interesting to see who wins this fucking race. Oh! Leclerc's locked up. Fucking, I mean, he's gifted like fucking Hingy the win. And he's rejoined behind fucking Verstappen. Don't believe it. Don't fucking believe that.
Red Bull moved up.
But Verstappen's pit it.
Is that a lockup? Let's take
Oh,
a
Kevin
look.
Magnussen, he's had one of those days where he could have had about 8 points, but at the same corner, K-Mag, what you doing, son?
Happy about that.
Of course they won't be happy about that, man. He's bottled it on about 27 occasions.
So very good luck.
Carlos Sainz with the fastest lap. I mean, as you can see, all the Ferraris have pitted. Leclerc. Yeah, I mean, doing a very good job. Very good job here. Forza Ferrari. I don't really know what would fuck us. A mechanical issue would fuck us at this point, like, but we're doing good. Eight laps to go here. I mean, Ferrari, we're kind of just in a race of our own. Leclerc has fallen a pretty big gap here behind Sainz. Sainz got held up a lot there by traffic, but the Mercedes struggling to finish where they want to. Bottas looks like he's going to finish P5 here with 6 laps to go. But it looks like it's going to be another Ferrari one too. And it's very disappointing from Red Bull. They went with a risky strategy and just couldn't do anything about it. Leclerc kind of threw away the win, but I think Sainz would have won anyway. But he threw away that potential battle. But it looks like Ferrari, with 3 laps to go here, are in for another stupendous weekend. Russell looks like he's going to probably get Bottas. Hamilton struggling.
The last lap.
Sainz quite a bit down the road. He's going to get fastest lap. Overtakes Norris. And Carlos Sainz ruined the last couple of corners. Leclerc won the first 2 races of the season, but it is now Carlos Sainz time to shine. And yeah, you know what? Maybe hard to medium was the strategy and we kind of shafted Leclerc, but Sainz, what a drive. What a drive for Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc up next. He lapped everyone up to the points.
And Sainz crosses the line.
Your driver won. Oh, I know he won. Don't you fucking fear it, son. And Leclerc comes across the line. P2. Max will be next. got a vote here for minimal regulation changes or moderate regulation changes. Well, you know what? Realistically, we should vote for minor, but I don't give a fuck. I'll take moderate because the simple fact is, I like chat, I like change, I like the cool action. Oh wait. Alpine and Aston Martin for it against up and coming driver Shane Maloney. I fucking fire them on. Fire them all in. But aye, that will do it, guys, for this episode of I was saying Motorsport Manager, not F1 Manager. It's fucking good, man. This game is very, very enjoyable. But anyway, guys, 3 wins for free. Red Bull look to strike back on Ferrari's home turf. So until next time, peace.